Welcome to Nagesh Karasgi Orchid School channel. Myself Priscilla Asade. Today I am going to teach you English literature. Students, do you remember what we have learned in English literature part? Yes, we have learned a small poem, that is poem number 2, Flying Kite. So are you excited, students, to learn today in today's lesson what is there? Yes, we are going to learn lesson number 5. So in today's lesson I will just ask you some questions. What is this, students? Yes, this is our flag. Now can you tell me who has designed this flag? This flag has been designed by Mr. Pingley Venkaya. Okay, and when he has designed, it was adopted by our country on 22nd July 1947. Now what we do when we see this flag? Yes, mostly we see on 15th August and 26th January. 15th August when we celebrate our Independence Day, and on 26th January when we celebrate our Republic Day. Now students, can you tell me what is the importance of this flag? What you can see in this flag? How many colors are included in this flag, students? Yes, some will say that 3 colors are included, but here we can see here 4 colors are included. Can you see, students? Here is saffron, here is white, and here is green. One more color is there which is in the center, that is blue. Now can you say, students, that why only these many colors, only these 4 colors are included in our flag? Yes, these colors have some importance. For example, if you will say saffron stands for courage and sacrifice. Yes, many of our freedom fighters, because of their courage and because they sacrifice their lives for our freedom, so this saffron represents the courage and sacrifice. Now if you see the second color, which is the second color, students? Yes, it is white. White, what it stands? It stands for truth and purity. Means we should always be true to our country, and we should be pure in our thoughts, in our behavior towards each other. Now the blue wheel, can you see in this white blue wheel? Yes. Now what this blue wheel represents? This blue wheel represents for peace and progress. Means as a citizen of our country, we have to be peace with each other, and not only that, we have to work for the progress of our country. Now the last is green. Green stands for prosperity and energy. Yes, we have to work for our prosperity and for the energy of our country. So this was all the information about our flag of our country. Now as we are the citizen of India country, we know all about our flags. Now students, are you excited to know about the flags of other countries? So in our today's lesson, our lesson name is Flags of the World. I am not going to take many of the countries, only some of the countries I will include in our today's chapter. In our today's chapter, if we will see, it is not in the form of a story. We have finished one of writing skill, yes or no? So one of the writing skill, that is letter writing. So in this lesson 3 letters are included, and these letters are in the form of informal letter. Informal letter means what, students? Yes, when we are writing letter to our friends, relatives, colleagues, and someone who is very close to us. So in this lesson, if you will see, the speaker is writing letter to his grandmother to know more information about the flags. So in the first letter, if you will see, he is writing a letter to grandma and telling that he wants some information about the flag. In the second letter, if you will see, grandma is giving reply or responding to his letter. And in the third letter, and when she is responding, grandma is responding to the letter, she is sending some photographs and telling him to know more about the flags of the different countries. And in the third letter, we will see again the speaker is responding to grandma's letter. So we will see in detail what is there in this lesson. So open your canopy book, turn on to page 46, lesson number 5, Flags of the World. Okay students, again I will repeat. Open your canopy book as we are learning English literature. Lesson number 5, Flags of the World. So I have given you information about our flag. Okay, now we are going to learn more about different countries' flag. Now if you see here, speaker is writing a letter to whom? Yes, I have told you he is writing letter to grandma, and we'll see in his first letter what he is saying to his grandma. Now you know how you have to write a letter. Yes, whenever we are starting the letter, we are starting it with a salutation. Okay, we are starting with address, no doubt, and date, but here as it is in a lesson, we are starting with a salutation. So here what he is telling to his grandma? Dear grandma. Okay, as she is very close to him. So he directly not telling her what he wants to say. First, whenever we write a letter to anyone, we are first asking them, or we are first telling them, how are you, all that. So here also if you will say, how are you and grandpa. Okay, so here if you will see who is the speaker over here, his name is Ketan. Okay, so he is asking to his grandma, how are you and grandpa. He is asking about grandma also and grandpa also. Now he is sharing some information, or he is sharing something with his grandma. Now we will see what he is sharing. Yesterday I was reading a lovely book on the adventures of famous people. The book said. Now here if you will see, this sentence is in the first person. Okay, now I will tell you in the third person. Okay, so yesterday I was, if you will see I, who is I over here? Yes, here I is Ketan, the speaker, and he is telling that he was reading a lovely book on which adventures of famous people. Now what is adventures? A daring or risk activity what some people do in their life, and in that book it included some of the adventures of famous people. Now we will see what is that, about whom it is written. First was Neil Armstrong was the first man to walk on the moon. Can you see here Neil Armstrong? Yes, and you know who was the first man to walk on the moon? Yes, Neil Armstrong. Because of his daring activity, he was the first man to walk on the moon. Now just imagine students that when he reached on the moon, what may be his feeling? Yes or no? As he was knowing, I was the first man in all the world to reach that moon, to walk on that moon. So he felt proud for his country, and as he reached, what he did there? He raised the American flag on the moon. As he belongs to that America country, what he did? He raised the American flag on the moon. Not only this, now still more information he read in that book. What was that? Yes, a few pages later, I read. Who read? Ketan read. What he read? That Sir Edmund Hillary and Shepa Tenzing Norgay were the first men to reach the top of Mount Everest. Mount Everest is the biggest mountain where these two men reached there. If you will see, who are they? Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay. What do you mean by Shepa? Yes, Shepa is nothing but a person from the Himalayan region whose job is to guide people in the mountains. Sometimes they carry their bags also. See, if anywhere we will go to the hill station or to the new place, there are some people who guide us because that place is new to us. So similar way, to go to the mountain, who is appointed over here? Shepa. Okay, that person is called Shepa. So these two persons, Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay, they reached the top of Mount Everest. Were the first men. Men means they were two people. Okay, so as they reached over there, what did Hillary did? Yes, he also felt very proud of his country, and as he reached over there, what he did? Just imagine that he has reached the top of the Mount Everest. Now what he has done? He took many photographs of the scenery. Just imagine the scenery from the top of that mountain. So what he did? He took the chance of taking the photographs of the scenery. Not only he took the photographs of the scenery, but what he did? And of Shepa Tenzing. What he was doing, this person? He was waving flags of Britain, the United Nations and Nepal. What he did, he waved two flags, okay, and that was the Britain, the United Nations and Nepal, as they both belong to this country. Understood, students, what information he got from that book? Yes, first was about Neil Armstrong, who was the first man to walk on the moon, and second, about the Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay, who reached the top of the Mount Everest. When he read this, he was just surprised that when they reach over there, why they wave their flags, or he was very surprised. So what he did, I know that every country has a unique flag of its own. Then he is telling to grandma that I know that each country is having a unique means what? Only one of its kind. You will not find the same flag or the same thing anywhere. They are of different. So each country is having their own flag. None of the country is having a same flag. Okay. So but why are they so important? Then he is asking grandma this question, that why it is so important for them that they wave their flags. So do you have any interesting information on flags? And then he is asking to grandmother, do you have any interesting information of flags? Then I am really looking forward to your reply as always. Maybe Ketan is always writing to grandma and grandma is responding to him. So he is telling here that I am really looking forward to your reply as always. And then he is closing the letter by saying, your loving grandson Ketan. Now from here we can come to know that who is the speaker, who is writing the letter? Yes, Ketan is writing the letter and he is a grandson of the grandmother. Now students, you may be very excited to know whether grandmother she has given information or not, and what information she has shared to Ketan. We will see in the next letter. Now students, we have finished with the first letter. Okay. Now come to the next letter, that is wherein grandmother is replying to Ketan. I am telling you students, keep your fingers when I am reading, because when I will read, along with that I am explaining to you. So ready with the second letter? Yes. Next, dear Ketan, grandma is telling to Ketan, dear Ketan, I am happy to see that you are so eager to learn about flags. Now when she read Ketan's letter, she was very happy and to see that he is so eager to learn about flags. Then she is telling, I have some interesting information to share with you. Now students, who is I over here? Yes, here I is grandmother, as she is writing letter to Ketan. So she is telling, yes, I am having some interesting information to share with you. The first flags were flown in the 18th century. When was the first flags flown, students? Yes, it was flown in the 18th century to tell others that a piece of land belonged to someone. So before, when the flags were flown, it shows that that piece of land belonged to that country or the piece of land belonged to someone. But in today's generation, what is the importance of flag? See here. Today, flags are national symbols. Now if you will see in today's generation or in today, recently we can see that today flags have become our national symbols. For example, if you will see in Olympic games or wherever, if you will see, wherever we reach to the top part, what we do, first we wave our national flag to show that we belong to this country. Okay, so here also if you will see, flag shows that we belong to a community, and the flag shows or it represents that we belong to a particular community. Now what do you mean by community? Yes, a group of people who share similar ideas. Okay, so the flag shows that they belongs to a particular group of people who are with the same ideas, organization or nation, and that we share beliefs, goals and rules. Means we have the same beliefs, we have same goals and we have same rules. Now can you draw our national flag? Who is asking? Yes. Grandmother is asking to Ketan, can you draw our national flag? Now all cultures use symbols which are important to them. Now from here we can see she is sharing some of the flags, some of the flag of the different countries. We can see that over here. Some of the symbols are even universals. So what she says, that some symbols are there which have a same meanings all over the country. Universal means all over the country. That is, they have the same meaning all over the world. Okay. For example, she has given, now the sun. The sun stands for what? Yes, unity and energy. Now, did you know that Japan is known as the land of rising sun? Yes, the sun symbol is used in its national flag. So, this paragraph shows that Japan is known as the land of the rising sun. So, what they have done? In their flag, they have used sun. Okay, and sun stands for unity and energy. Can you see this flag? Yes. Now, understood students? The first country which she has shared over here is about the Japan. Now next, moon. The moon is another symbol that is found in flags, and the moon is usually shown in a crescent shape. Whenever if we will draw moon or will show anywhere the moon, it is always in a crescent shape. Crescent shape means, can you see over here? Yes, it is a curved shape that is wide in the middle and pointed at each end. Okay, so here along with moon, what you can see students? Yes, we can see a star also. So the moon is usually shown in a crescent shape together with a star. The moon represents divinity. So here if you see this flag, this flag is of Tunisia, and this is showing a moon along with the star, and both this symbol shows or represents divinity. Divinity means what? The quality of being a god. Okay, so look at the picture of the flag of Tunisia that I have sent. Means along with this letter she has sent some pictures of the flag. So first she has explained about Japan, that it is having a sun symbol because Japan is known as the land of rising sun, and the second she has shared about Tunisia flag. It is having a moon symbol along with the star, and it represents divinity. Okay, so till here hope so you have understood students. Next, third, yes, if you will see, this is a flag of USA. Now here if you will see in this flag, what you can see students? Yes, you can see a group of stars. Yes or no? And here stripes. So what is this group of stars? Group of stars often mean energy. Did you know that the flags of the world of the USA is called the stars and stripes? Okay, so here if you will see, she is asking that the flag of, did you know that the flag of USA is called the stars and stripes? Yes, so group of star means energy over here. And then she is telling that I hope you find this information interesting. I have also sent a few photographs for you to see the symbols for yourself. And at last she is telling that I hope that whatever information I have sent to you, you may be feeling it interesting. And along with this letter, I have also sent you some photographs for you to see the symbols for yourself. Now students, turn the page, turn on to page 48, and at last she is closing the letter by telling him, do write to let me know what you think. Love always, Grandma. So at last she is telling that whatever information she has shared with Ketan, so she is telling him that you do write to me what you thought or what you are thinking about the information which I have shared with you. Okay, and then she is closing it with love always, Grandma. Grandma always loves us. So she has closed the letter with these words. Now students, when Ketan has read this letter, see his reaction or see what he has responded to her letter. So we will move on to the third letter. Yes, the third letter has been written by Ketan to grandma for her reply. So are you ready, students? Yes. We'll come on to the third letter. Yes, in the third letter if you'll see what he has written. Again he has started his letter by the words dear grandma. Now what he is telling? He is telling, I loved your letter and the pictures you have sent. She has sent some pictures. So first he is just telling her that I loved your letter and whatever information you have shared with me, and not only that, whatever pictures she had sent, that also he liked that. Now what he did? He is telling that I went to a school library. That was the limited information shared by grandma. So now what he did? He went to school. Now here if you will see, who is I over here? Yes, here I, if you will see, here I is Ketan. So he is telling, I went to our school library to find out more about flags of the world. Now he was very curious to know more about flags of the world. He was not at all satisfied with whatever information grandmother has shared. Now as a student or as a citizen of our country, we only know about our country's flag, but we should also know, or we should have some information about the different flags of the world. So now he is also very curious to know more about the flags of the world. So where he went, students? Yes, he went to a school library and he was very surprised. I was so surprised to know that shapes also have a special meaning in flags. Now still now he saw the symbols. Now he is telling that he was surprised to know that shapes also have a special meaning in flags. Now we will see what are that. And he found a book. I found a book on flags which said. Now as he went to the library, he found a book, and in that book he found all the information of the flags. Now we will see what was there in the book. In the olden days, the cross only meant the different points of the compass. Now if you will see over here this flag, what you can see here, students? Yes, there is a cross. Now in ancient times or before, we can see the cross was only meant as a different points of the compass. In geography you will see that this is used as a compass to show the direction north, south, east and west. But now the cross is also a symbol of faith. Yes, some religions what they do, they use it as a symbol of faith. But here we can see that this cross has been used in the flag. The national flags, in which flag it has been included? The national flags of England, Sweden, Norway and Switzerland have this symbol. So here if you will see, 4 countries are having this cross in their flags. So what are they? England, Sweden, Norway and Switzerland have this symbol. Now he is still more surprised when his mother gave him some interesting point. What was that? We will see. It was very interesting when mummy pointed out that the flag of the International Red Cross was actually created by reversing the colors of the Swiss flag. Now here Mama is telling, his mother is giving him an interesting point. What? That the flag of the International Red Cross was created. But how it was created? By reversing. If you will see, what is the meaning of reversing? Changing to the opposite of something. See, can you see here? Here we can see the cross with a red background. The cross is of white. And here if you will see, it is reversed. Background is white and the cross is red. So now when he listened or when he heard about this information, he find it something confusing. Then she said, it has a red cross on a white background. Can you see over here, students? Yes, it is a red cross having a white background. Then don't you think this would be a confusing at times? See, if we'll see suddenly these two flags, so it will be sometimes confusing for us. Which flag is that? Yes or no? So just Mama is giving some information about these two flags. Now not only that, he read 2 more interesting facts about the flags. What was that, students? We will see. He is telling, I also read two very interesting facts. What was that? Nepal has a triangular flag and the Swiss flag has a square shape. Means it is having two shapes. For example, Nepal, it is having a triangular shape and the Swiss flag is having a square shape. Not only that, he is telling that many countries, they have flags representing some cultural symbol. For example, like the national bird or flower, it is included in their flag. For example, they have given here the maple. Maple is Canada's national tree. Can you see here? Yes. What is maple? It is can you see the picture? Yes. Maple is nothing, a tall tree with leaves that have 5 points and turn big bright red or yellow in autumn. Okay. So if you will see the Canadian flag, it includes a maple, Canada's national tree. Understood, students? Okay. Now, as he has collected all this information from the book and from Mama, he is asking to his grandmother that, Grandma, did you like the information and pictures that I have collected? Mummy said that I should start working on a scrapbook with all these information and pictures. Now, as he has collected all this information, so Mummy is what she is telling, what she is guiding to Ketan, she is telling that he should work on a scrapbook. You may be knowing about scrapbook. What we do in that, students? Yes, we stick pictures and we write information about that. So she is just guiding Ketan that whatever information you have collected, what you have to do? You have to note down in that scrapbook. Means first he has to note down about the flag of our country, then about it is about if we will say it is England, Britain, Sweden, Norway, that information, whatever about Nepal flag and whatever information which he has collected plus whatever grandma has given him, that all information where he has to write down and note it down, students? Yes, he has to write it down on a scrapbook, and this thing you should also do. I will give you activity on this, how Ketan is going to do. I am really looking forward to learning more about flags when I visit you in the summer holidays. So at last, if you will see here, Ketan what he is telling, see students, what we do in summer holidays? Yes, we go to our granny's place. So here also what Ketan is telling, that when he will come or visit to granny's place in summer holidays, he will not waste his time in playing on doing rubbish things, but what he will do? He will learn more about flags in summer holiday. And thus he closes his letter by telling, your loving grandson Ketan. So hence I hope so that you have understood what I have taught you in these three letters. So in the first letter, if you see, Ketan has written letter to grandma showing the curiosity to learn more about the flags. And if you see in the second letter, grandma is replying to his letter, and at last we can see that Ketan is, last letter Ketan is responding to grandma's letter. In this full lesson, what we have learned, students? Yes, he is not only curious about our flag, but he is curious about other countries' flag. So students, we should also be very curious, or we should also be very we should show our curiosity to know the flags of our country. Now I will show you more flags of different countries. Flags of India's neighboring countries. Are you excited to see? Yes. This is the flag of Pakistan. This flag of China. Nepal. This we have learnt in our book. Bangladesh. Flag of Bangladesh. This is a flag of Bhutan. You can see a scorpion over here. It's a flag of Afghanistan. This is a flag of Myanmar. This is a flag of Sri Lanka. This is a flag of Maldives. And thus we have covered almost at least 6 to 7 or at least 10 flags in our today's lesson. I hope that students, you will also collect more information about different flags of the neighboring countries. Now students, I have explained you the full lesson. We will go for reading once. Now I will on the audio, and when I will on the audio, you can see this hand over here. Okay, so as the audio is on, you have to read along with the audio for the correct pronunciation and the new words which has been introduced in this lesson. Are you ready? So ready students?
5. Flags of the world.
Dear Grandma, how are you and Grandpa? Yesterday, I was reading a lovely book on the adventures of famous people. The book said Neil Armstrong was the first man to walk on the moon. He raised the American flag on the moon. A few pages later, I read Sir Edmund Hillary and Sherpa Tenzing Norgay were the first men to reach the top of Mount Everest. Hillary took many photographs of the scenery, and the Sherpa Tenzing waving flags of Britain, the United Nations and Nepal. I know that every country has a unique flag of its own, but why are they so important? Do you have any interesting information on flags? I am really looking forward to your reply, as always. Your loving grandson, Ketan.
Dear Ketan, I am happy to see that you are so eager to learn about flags. I have some interesting information to share with you. The first flags were flown in the 18th century to tell others that a piece of land belonged to someone. Today, flags are national symbols. Flags show that we belong to a community, organization, or nation, and that we share beliefs, goals, and rules. Can you draw our national flag? All cultures use symbols which are important for them. Some of the symbols are even universal. That is, they have the same meaning all over the world. The sun stands for unity and energy. Did you know that Japan is known as the land of the rising sun? The sun symbol is used in its national flag. The moon is another symbol that is found in flags. The moon is usually shown in a crescent shape. Together with a star, the moon represents divinity. Look at the picture of the flag of Tunisia that I have sent. Groups of stars often mean energy. Did you know that the flag of the USA is called the Stars and Stripes? I hope you find this information interesting. I have also sent a few photographs for you to see the symbols for yourself. Do write to let me know what you think. Love always, Grandma.
Dear Grandma, I loved your letter and the pictures you sent. I went to our school library to find out more about flags of the world. I was so surprised to know that shapes also have a special meaning in flags. I found a book on flags that said, in the early days, the cross only meant the different points of the compass. Now, the cross is also a symbol of faith. The national flags of England, Sweden, Norway, and Switzerland have this symbol. It was very interesting when Mummy pointed out that the flag of the International Red Cross was actually created by reversing the colors of the Swiss flag. It has a red cross on a white background. Don't you think this would be confusing at times? I also read two very interesting facts. Nepal has a triangular flag and the Swiss flag has a square shape. Many countries have flags representing some cultural symbols like the national bird or flower. The maple is Canada's national tree and the Canadian flag shows a maple leaf. Did you write the information and pictures that I have collected? Mommy said I should start working on a scrapbook with all this information and pictures. I'm really looking forward to learning more about flags when I visit you in the summer holidays. Your loving
And thus we have finished our lesson of lesson number 5, that is flags of the world. And here what we have learned, students, that how Ketan was curious to know the information about the other flags. You should also show your curiosity about to collect the information of the flags. Now whatever in these three letter, whatever information you have collected about different countries, that you have to write down in your rough notebook, and whatever pictures or flags of the world you can see in this lesson, that you have to draw with your hand. Thank you. Have a good day.